Okay, so this is going to be part 3 of the flooring videos. So I showed you all of the red oak slabs that I was getting ready to work on, and I did the second video, part 2, of where I had milled one of the slabs down and took off the live edge. So this is one of the slabs here, and if you look right here, this is all the rest of the slabs. And most of these are pretty much all 12 inches wide. There's, I think, 3 of them that are not, so we're going to go with whatever the width is. So what I had talked about in the very first video, these have been drying for about a year and a half. Well, what happens with wood, when it dries, if you don't have it weighted down, the wood, like I said in the first video, it's going to twist. So what you have to do is you got to figure out what's going to be your best way to take these boards and get them true. So if we come right over here and look, and normally the boards are gonna, like I said, they'll do that, or sometimes they'll get a crown to them. And what a crown is where the board, it actually it warps and goes up, so it would be called a crown. And you always want to have the crown going up. You don't want to have the crown going down. Now, if you look right here, you'll see what I'm talking about. These boards, when they dry, I didn't get enough weight on them. So what had happened, if you look right here, there's a gap. Now, if I push down on this, you'll see that it moves. The problem with this, if you do not put you a wedge, and I have a wedge here for boards that are, a lot thicker. This, it's got more of a gap. So, and it's got a little stop on it. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this wedge and I'm gonna slide it right in there to where it barely touches. Now, if you look, it really doesn't move. Now the table moves a little bit, but I'm not worried about that because we're gonna be using a dado blade. So that's got that set to where it's not going to teeter. Now, if you come over here, and I'm going to show you the blade that I have set up. This here is what they call a dado blade. The purpose of the dado blade, it is designed to take off more than the width of a regular blade, and this is just a regular, standard width of a regular ripping blade. You have different type of blades that are out there. So if we come in here, make sure this saw is unplugged because I don't need it to all of a sudden just kick on, because that would be bad. So if we come over here and look, I'll flip this around, and if we see, this is going to take out roughly right about about 5/8 of an inch. Okay, give or take. Now, these dado blades, you have to be careful when you're using them, because when they grab, they're going to pull, and they're going to pull. These type of saws are dangerous, to begin with. So we're going to go ahead and unlock this. We're going to slide this over and make sure that we got a good depth. We don't want to be too low. We want to come up some, to where we just barely clear that back there, which looks good. So what we'll do is we'll slide this down and see, keep it up against the fence, and see it's barely going to clear it. But so what we have to do is we need to turn this down just a little bit, just to where that tooth is barely touching. So we'll push this down, which that's pretty good so far. And I won't worry about the wedge because I can push it down here in the corner. See, we're just going to barely clear that all the way down. Okay, so now it's hitting right here, which is fine. I'm not going to worry about that. So we're going to go ahead and slide this all the way back. Another thing I'll do to show you how far that this is out of level. And here's my 2-foot level. So we'll bring this back over here, show you just how at a level that is. So if you look right down here, you can see you have a gap. We're pretty good right here, but we have a gap here. So you could run this slab through the planer, which there's no planer right there, I have it set up, but the problem with that planer, you run it through there, it is gonna have the same contour as it is now. It's not gonna change, it'll stay the same, and you'll still have this. You'll still have that teeter-totter. So we'll put the level up there. We're gonna go ahead get this saw fired up. Now when you're doing these, you only want to take a little bit at a time, because if you take too much, and what's going to happen, that blade is going to grab, it's going to bind the motor up, it could burn up the motor. My chickens are having a fit. Why, I don't know. So we'll make sure we're plugged in, we're good. I'll slide this back just a little bit. Again, take your wedge, barely put it underneath there, because you don't want to raise it too high. Right there, we'll start off slow, and I'll show you. I'll get, a couple passes, and then we'll put the level on there, and you can see what I'm talking about. We'll lock that down. All right. So if we pull real careful, push it back. Make sure that wedge does not get any further up underneath there. Now see, I took it a little too far, and I left some here, so we'll come back over here. We got a cross there taken out. Slide this forward a little bit. Bit. You gotta have total control of these saws. So we're gonna let that wind down. So now, we're going to take the level, we'll slide this down here, and we're going to put the level on here, and you're going to see the difference. Now, granted, this is not 100% smooth, but I'm not worried about that. This will go through the planer. You can see that we are pretty good all the way across there. So there's really no gap for me to get this wet. I mean, barely, just barely in certain couple little places, but once I run it through the planer, it'll be true. So anyway, folks, this is part 3. Once I get all of these done, we're gonna go show you the process. It'll be the next step of running this through the planer and show you that process, and then of course it'll be the next step after that, which will be cutting these down to the size I need, getting some blanks, and then cutting those blanks down to the size, just a little bit thicker than what I need. And then once that's done, I go ahead and get the edges true, run it through the planer, and then we call that one good. So anyway, folks, you stay tuned, and be posting another video soon. All right.